So listen, if I woke up tomorrow at my heaviest at 210 pounds and I had to lose 20 pounds starting in the New Year's in 2026, I would not cut my calories down to 1,200 calories a day and do a 2-day workout and have the New Year, New Me mindset. I wouldn't go in it that way. I will follow a simple plan step by step that's going to actually get me to where I want to be. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what I would do if I had to lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026. I'm going to be breaking down exactly what I would eat, how I would work out, and what I would do to make sure I'm still enjoying myself and not being miserable on this weight loss journey. And guess what? We're going to be realistic. I'm going to show y'all exactly how long it would take realistically to lose those 20 pounds based on what you're doing. So guess what? If you're starting your weight loss journey and you're feeling overwhelmed or you don't know what to do, stay with me in this video because I'm going to be giving y'all a blueprint of exactly what to do to help you lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026. Guess what? I wish I had this blueprint when I started my weight loss journey. If you're new here, my name is Tori and I lost over 50 pounds naturally in my 20s. Basically, what I do on my channel is I just share realistic weight loss tips and tricks that help me lose over 50 pounds without being on a crazy strict diet, without a personal trainer, and basically from me just doing research that helped me lose weight. So if you're trying to lose weight without trying to give up your whole life, this channel is for you. 'Cause guess what? You're in the right place, so make sure you get comfortable. And guess what, y'all? If y'all can do me a favor, please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and that like button. So guess what? So y'all don't have to do y'all weight loss journey on your own. So with nothing else to say, let's get into the video. So if I had to lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually setting a timeline to where I can actually hit the goal of losing 20 pounds in the beginning of the New Year's. Because listen, when I first started my weight loss journey, I wanted to lose 20 pounds in a couple weeks, even a month. I thought that was a realistic goal. But learning more about weight loss and nutrition, that was not the case at all. And then guess what? When I didn't lose those 20 pounds in the first couple weeks, I felt bad. Like I felt ashamed. Like I felt like nothing that I was doing was actually getting me where I wanted to be. So I had to realize if I'm setting these goals that's actually not realistic and not achievable, why am I getting myself upset over it? You know what I'm saying? But realistically, a healthy rate of fat loss is around 1 to 2 pounds a week. So 1 to 2 pounds a week is basically a realistic weight loss goal to start losing weight. So if you really think about it, 20 pounds, you might be able to do that between 10 to 20 weeks. So give or take, it might take you around 3 to 5 months to actually lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026. Now, listen, I know that doesn't sound like what you want. And I know you're like, oh my God, why would it take me that long? But listen, here's the thing. When you accept the timeline, you basically stop yourself from panicking on trying to lose that weight. Because guess what? Every time you get on the scale, it's not going to move. It's not going to go down every single day you hop on the scale. So it's going to be some days where the scale goes up and it's going to be some days where the scale goes down. So if you're really willing to start over, I will write this down. My first goal is to lose 20 pounds in the first 3 to 5 months in 2026. Now, remember, you're not failing if you didn't do it within 2 months. That's not the case. We're giving ourselves 3 to 5 months to lose 20 pounds. And guess what? That mindset was saved me so much time of just having that mindset of, oh, I just start over next week. I'll just start over next week. Having a realistic goal set and time frame is only going to set you up for success. So step number 2 is having a simple nutrition plan. Now, I'm not saying your nutrition has to be perfect, but at least let's keep it simple to where you can actually follow it in 3 to 5 months to help you lose 20 pounds. We're not going to do the no carbs, no fat. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to set a realistic meal plan that you're actually going to want to stick to. Because if you're not willing to stick to it, why even set the goal up for yourself, that you're just setting yourself up for failure. Make sure it's realistic based on your lifestyle. So rule number 1 is make sure that you're picking a realistic calorie intake that you're going to eat daily. Now, I don't want y'all to come in here only eating 1,100 calories a day. We're not going to do that. For me, when I first started, I was 210 pounds. So it was telling me that I should be eating 1,500 calories right off the bat. But did you think I did that? No, because I had to start somewhere. So instead of doing that, I first started my calorie deficit at 1,800 calories. And then once I started getting used to it and I needed to get out of a plateau, I would start chopping it down. So I think I went to 18 to 17 to 16. Then I went to 14 to do a really big cut. But now I'm back at 1,550 because I work out more and I need more protein. So rule number 1 is making sure you find a realistic calorie intake daily to make sure you're hitting enough protein, carbs, and fats, and fiber too. We want to make sure that we're able to hit all of these things, making sure we're still in our calorie intake. And then number 2 is making sure you're focusing on protein. I don't know how many times I have to preach to y'all. I don't know how many times I have to say it. But protein is your best friend when you're trying to lose weight. Because one, when you're losing weight in your calorie deficit, yeah, the weight is going to be dropping down. The scale is going to be moving. But most of the time, if you're not eating protein and working out, you're losing muscle. And we don't want to lose muscle. So make sure that you're eating protein. Because one, protein is going to keep you holding on to that muscle. And it's going to keep you fuller for a longer time period. And that is our main goal, is finding foods that keep us full for a long period of time. Not a small period of time. We want a long period of time where we can feel full, because that's what's going to help us from stop binge eating all the time. So for me, I eat between around 130 to 150 grams of protein daily. Now, of course, some days I won't be able to hit that, because now that I'm losing weight, I'm really not that hungry. And at work, I don't have a microwave and stuff. So it's really hard for me to get my protein. But protein shakes are my saving grace. I drink 2 protein shakes a day, and I think that's 60 grams of protein. So whatever you got to do, make sure you find a way to eat your protein. All right. And number 3 is make sure you're making simple meals to where it's easy to track. Now, listen, I know we all been on Pinterest and we looked up healthy meal preps, healthy foods, healthy this, healthy. Listen, the simpler you make your meals, the easier it is to track, and it's easier to stay on track. So don't come in here with all these added ingredients, heavy cream or whatever the case may be, adding all cooking oils, avocado, all that type. No, make it simple. Me, typically, I use my cooking spray that I get from Aldi's. 0 calories. I mean, it might have a small amount of calories, like 5 or 10. But I keep it simple. Ground turkey, turkey sausage, eggs, egg whites, wheat bread, rotisserie chicken from the market, steamed shrimp, rice. I keep it simple. Once you start finding those recipes that got a bunch of steps and tricks and this and that and tomatoes and this, and you're just making it harder for yourself to track your food. So just don't even do it to yourself. Stay away from Pinterest. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. Listen, it's going to be boring when you first start, because you have to learn what works for you, what stuff can you add, what can't you add. But those are the 3 things for step number 1 that's going to help you get to losing 20 pounds in the beginning of the new year. All right, next step we're going to be talking about is the workout plan. So if I had to lose 20 pounds at the beginning of the new year's, I'm not going to be going to the gym 6 days out the week, because realistically, if y'all have kids, if you work full time, I don't have kids, and I can get to the gym maybe 3-4 times out the week. So don't even try to set a goal that's not even realistic for you to stick to. Because guess what? Trying to go to the gym 6 days out the week is the fastest way you're going to burn yourself out. And then you're going to be upset because you didn't go to the gym 6 days out the week. So don't even set yourself up for failure. Don't even do that to yourself. So Here's my plan, what I would do to help me lose those 20 pounds in the beginning of the new year. So I would have 3 days of strength training. So that can be an upper body day, a lower body day, and then your third day can be a full body day. So on those days, you're going to basically focus on these movements. And I'm going to look at them because I wrote them down. So you're going to focus on the squats or the leg press. You're going to do RDLs or some type of hip hinge. Hip thrust or any type of glute bridge, rows or lat pull downs, chest press or knee push-ups or regular push-ups, and some type of a shoulder press movement. And honestly, it's nothing fancy. It's just simple to help you getting back into working out 3 times out the week. And then honestly, outside the gym, just make sure you're focusing on getting anywhere from 7 to 10K steps a day. You have to move your body in order to help you lose weight. So that's what we're going to do. And remember, make sure like maybe every 2 weeks you start upping your numbers too. We want to progress in our weights. We want to make it harder. We want to make it heavier. We want to keep the intensity higher. So if you're able to do 10 sets of an exercise and it's not hard for you, that means you need to up the weight or make sure you're upping how many reps you're doing in that workout. We want to do a progressive overload. So that means just increasing the weights just a little bit. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Just a little will help you go a long way. That's actually what's going to help us look toned while we're losing weight. Because listen, make sure you're walking too, because that's what's going to help you lose those extra weight too. So do your workout. And then maybe get on a treadmill for 10 to 15 minutes. So that's what my workouts would look like if I had to lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026. All right, so step number 4. I know this is going to be the boring stuff, but these are the things that actually help the scale move when I was kind of hitting a plateau. So if I was starting over to lose 20 pounds in 3 to 5 months, these are the habits that I would 100% lock in with. So coming in at number 1 is steps. So like I said before, try to aim from anywhere from 7 to 10K steps daily. I don't care how you do it. You can go to the gym on Sundays and just get on a treadmill and walk, go outside or at work walking back and forth, but make sure you are aiming for 7 to 10K steps a day. Listen, you don't have to be perfect. So on your busier days like the weekend, maybe try to aim for 6K steps, but at least try to get as many steps as possible daily. All right, now next thing coming in is water. So try to aim from anywhere from 70 to 80 ounces of water daily. Now, you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot because I've been starting to do this and I wake up almost every night now to go use the bathroom, and it's very annoying. But this is going to be very crucial in helping you lose those 20 pounds. Because guess what? When I'm hydrated, I tend to snack less. And I think it's just because my body, it feels a little bit more full. And honestly, when I think I'm hungry, most of the time I'm just dehydrated. So now that I've been drinking a lot of water, I haven't really had any cravings to snack really a lot at nighttime. And it just helps me feel better during my workouts and during my day, just knowing that I'm making sure I'm drinking enough water daily. All right, now this is one I never had a problem with. It's just make sure you get enough sleep, like 7 hours. Child, I go to sleep at like 7 o'clock. By 7, I'm already feeling tired. So try to get as much sleep as possible. Because guess what? Late at night, you're going to start feeling hungry. So guess what? Go to sleep. If you go to sleep, you won't even be hungry because you'll be sleeping. So those are the top things that I want you to stick to daily on trying to lose this 20 pounds in 3 to 5 months. Now listen, when you get on the scale, do not freak out about one day when the scale is up. You kind of want to go based on what your average is during that week. And then once your average starts to go down weekly, that's how you know you're actually starting to lose weight. Because you're going to be drinking more water. So some days you might be a little bit more heavier on the scale than other days. So make sure that you're just tracking an average, not the one bad day where the scale is actually up. So those are the small but boring habits that actually help me stay on track with losing weight. And that's what you're going to do and stay on track with so you can lose those 20 pounds in 3 to 5 months. All right, so step number 5. This might be actually the most important thing. just because, you know, everyone has holidays, birthdays, and just stuff that comes up to where you might think you're gonna mess up. So this is basically how I would handle going out for an event where I'm gonna eat, or if I messed up on, you know, this 3 to 5 months of actually trying to lose weight. Because listen, you're gonna have a couple of days where you're gonna go over your calories. Like, nobody's perfect. I've been there multiple times and I still lose weight. Or even if you miss a workout, like, you gotta have a plan just in case you have one of these slip up days. Because honestly, when I first started my weight loss journey, I used to treat those days like, oh, I messed up, you know, let me just start over next week. And I would just eat like crap for the rest of the week. And that just put me on this loophole where I just kept gaining weight because I would just say, oh, I just start over next week. And then that just came into months and years and all that other nonsense. So if you come in this with a plan for those days where you mess up, all you're going to do is set yourself up for failure. All you're going to do is set yourself up for success. So usually how I would do it, if I had a day where I messed up or ate a lot more calories than I was supposed to, my first thing is the next meal or the next day I eat, make sure it's a high protein meal. Only because you ate bad the day before and went over your calories doesn't mean you have to start over. So your next meal, you're going to make sure that you're hitting your calorie intake, and you're going to make sure you're eating enough protein. And again, you're going to be drinking 70 to 80 ounces of water. That's what's going to help you get back on track, because once you have that mindset of all or nothing, you're setting yourself up for failure. So make sure the next day when you messed up, you're doing exactly everything right. You're getting your steps in, you're getting a workout in. And that's what's going to make you stand out from other people that's like, oh, I ate bad this weekend, let me just keep going and I'll just start over next month. That's where you mess up and fumble the bag. And guess what? If the scale jumps up 2 to 3 pounds the next day, remember, that's not like you gain exactly 3 to 5 pounds of fat. That's not what it is. You might be holding on to more water, you have more carbs, you might be holding on to more salt retention. So do not let the scale scare you to make you want to start all over again. Because guess what? If you give it some time, that number is going to drop back down to where you was if you follow these exact steps that I'm telling you right now. Because I had times where I gained 5 pounds, like Thanksgiving. Today is the 4th. On Thanksgiving, I gained like 4 or 5 pounds. Guess what? Today is December 4th, and I'm already back to 154 pounds. So do not let the scale trick you. If you lock back in after you have a bad day, you're going to go right back on track. Do not let anybody tell you that you can't have a mess up day, or a day where you treat yourself. Because guess what? The people who actually lost 20 pounds are the same people that had a bunch of days where they enjoyed themselves and went over their calories. Because guess what? The people that just had that all or nothing mindset, those are the ones that's going to be stuck in that loophole. And you're not going to be those people. So lock in, twins. But those are the things that I would do to make sure I'm going back on track the fastest way possible. Guess what? One mess up, 3 days out the month where you mess up, you're fine. Just make sure you do exactly the right thing right after you have that mess up. That's what make you stand out from other people. But y'all, that is it for the video. So if I had to lose 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026, those are the exact things that I would do to get me there. First thing, make sure you set a realistic timeline. 2 is make sure you keep the nutrition simple. Make sure your meals are simple. 3, make sure you're strength training at least 3 times out the week. And 4, make sure you're locking in those boring habits. I know you don't want to hear it, but make sure you lock those in. And 5, make sure you stop starting over every Monday once you had a bad day. So listen, if this video helped you, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Now listen, make sure you stand on track to make sure you lose those 20 pounds in the beginning of 2026. Now listen, if you want more help on your weight loss journey, make sure you check out my YouTube channel where I break down exactly what I did to help me lose over 50 pounds naturally with a crazy schedule and just life be life. And so make sure y'all go check out my YouTube channel so I can help y'all get to where y'all want to be. And listen, if y'all do need a little bit more help, I do have 2 meal templates. I have a 7-day and 30-day. So make sure you go give that a look. I do have it in my link tree linked in my bio. So I think one is $7 and one is $10. So if you need a little bit help with figuring out what meals you should eat, give that a shot. I think it'll be really helpful. That's basically what I eat daily to help me lose over 50 pounds. And I just want to say thank you so much for hanging in with me if you're here at the end of the video. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.